I've been travelling the country a bit. I forgot to.
You're living your life.
Yeah, when I was in Mount Gambier, I couldn't sleep. I had really good accommodation, had an electric blanket
That's
on.
no good. It's terrible.
It was warm. I was lying there. Got to like 3:30. I'm like, I just got to leave. So I get up. I get in the car. It's like hell.
Well, hang on. What do you mean?
I had to drive home.
You got up in the middle of the night and drove home.
Well, I was just lying there. I couldn't
So you
sleep.
thought, what's the point of being here?
Yeah, I'll go home. So anyway, it's like hell. There's raining. There's animals on the road. There's big trucks. I'm starving. It gets to like 7 a.m. and I get 7:30. I get to this small country town and there's a bakery. Right? I go, oh, this is good. All right, but I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be healthy.
Yep.
So I go in there.
Yep.
And the lady's like, hi, your classic bakery country woman. Hi, love. Yeah. What can I do you for? I said, I'd love a chicken and salad roll.
Yep.
She goes, oh, sorry, the salad bar is not open yet. And she sort of gestures to this area where there's sort of like a bain-marie, and you can see all the bits of tomato, cucumber,
It's
chicken.
all from yesterday.
Yeah, but it's got like a plastic see-through thing over the top of it.
Yep.
So it's not open because there's a plastic sheet over the top of it.
All you got to do is take it off.
Take the perspex off.
Job done.
And then I'm like, oh, okay. When she goes, are you Dave O'Neill? I went, yeah. She goes, were you in the movie The Nugget? I said, yeah. She goes, oh my God, me and my husband, we love that movie. Can I get a photo with you?
If you give me a salad
My
roll.
husband, well, this is the thing. And so she comes out from behind the counter. She gets the photo. We have a chat and she goes, oh, well, what would you like? Oh, my chat. And I go, well, is the salad bar open yet? She's like,
You
no,
played your hand.
no,
Fair enough.
opens at 11. What's this system they've got there?
What is so special about the...
Lift the perspex off.
I'll do it for you. Watch. There it is there. You can touch it. Look.
I think get a sausage roll and a coffee scroll.
Yeah. When you try to do good.
I try to be healthy.
Try to be healthy. So
System was against me.
what did you end up getting?
A sausage roll.
When you ate it, how'd you feel?
Oh, no, not good. It wasn't that good, actually.
Because nothing worse, if you're going to go down the bad road, then you get a bad version of something bad.
I've stopped eating them now. I take a bite of it. I love a sausage roll.
But you don't eat all of it.
I don't eat all of it. Well, if it's bad, I don't eat all of it, and I didn't eat all of it.
I do the same thing. You just go this, but then I go, it's a bit of a waste. But then I go, really?
No,
yeah.
don't
Because
eat
sausage is processed meat.
It's not good for you.
It's cancer forming.
Is it?
Well, apparently, you look up processed meat.
Yeah, they reckon it's bad.
Yeah.
Salami.
If you're eating a sausage roll right now, and you could be, I know when I used to teach. That was at morning tea.
Oh, sausage roll.
Because at schools, they would have, because nowadays they're quite big.
Yeah, but those little ones?
Those little ones, the 4 and 20 ones. And I would be so hungry by recess, I could bang down one of those so easily with a bit of sauce on top. And if you're at a party...
They are good.
And someone comes around with the bite-sized sausage rolls where you don't have to commit to too much. Bang, boof, woof, how do you do?
Well, on Qantas now, they give out sausage rolls.
Do they?
But there's no sauce. That's a major.
That is...
major.
If the pilot went turning around to get...
tomato sauce,
the flight wouldn't complain.
Major bummer. That's like, sausage, where's the sauce? And the air hostess goes, yeah, there's no sauce. They're all onto it. They realise it's ridiculous.
But they also realise that it's probably trouble. You know why? Because it'd be those little packs that you squeeze
they go
in half.
everywhere.
And,
They've had a meeting about that, haven't they? They've had a meeting. They've had a meeting.
Do you reckon that if you grabbed... I shouldn't put ideas in people's head, but if you grabbed one of the hosties and said, take me to the pile or I'll squirt you in the face with this.
It's 9/11 all over again.
Yeah. As we said before, with the jam donut, if the jam's too hot, it's a weapon.
Yep.
With a sauce bottle that you can squeeze, it's a weapon.
Yep. And those squeezy sauce packets.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm sitting next to you and I've got the salad roll, I'm playing safe, and then old buggerlegs you gets a sausage roll. Oh, would you like sauce with that? You go, oh, geez, how do you work this? Suddenly, I've got a face full of it.
Yeah.
And you're going, oh, sorry. And I'm going, oh, Jesus, mate.
It's no good.
If you hadn't got a sausage roll, I wouldn't have had to put up with this.
Well, anyway, it's a title of my new book. The salad bar isn't open yet.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, the salad bar. It wasn't even a salad bar. It was...
Yeah.
What's the perspex?
Yeah. Oh. Salad bars these days even are weird anyway because of the tongs and the
Yeah.
and the touching and the
Yeah.
not touching and the did you what bit did you touch with your finger? Hey, don't put your fingers in there.
Yeah.
Salad
Ugh.
bar. Big in the US, the old salad
They
bar.
are, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Not
And
good.
Not good. What was the name
I
of the
can't
place?
remember. It was near Horsham, maybe.
Yeah.
Miles away.
Yeah.
May not be listening. May. Anyway, get the cellar bar open, will you?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
play the music.
Welcome to Somehow Related. Now please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
You're bringing up things that are important, community-minded things.
Yeah.
I
I think, mostly in bakeries that I've been to, if you go in at 7 or 8, the salad bar will be open. They will be making rolls. Yeah, it's not McDonald's. McDonald's stopped breakfast at a certain time. They used to stop breakfast at a certain time. I know what they mean. They've got to get it ready for the day.
But surely they're making the rolls to put out that have in the plastic
Yeah.
wrapped up, ready to go.
Yes.
Oh, there's one over there. So
Yeah.
they're making them early.
Yeah, well, make me one.
Just make,
I don't want to bang on about it.
Yeah. I tend to go for curried egg.
Curried egg. Ooh. Egg.
Dangerous?
Egg, I don't know.
Maybe not curried egg. Maybe
I love a bit of curried egg.
bit of lettuce, bit of pepper.
I just like salad
White
and,
bread.
and chicken.
You've always been big on the salad roll.
Yeah, I love a salad
I'm not
roll.
eating bread at the moment.
Oh, here we go. Now look at
Don't
that.
say here we go.
Look at
Listen
that.
to
Look at
your
old,
story about how your little salad bar couldn't be open. I'm
Look-
not eating bread and it's working quite well for me.
Look at old Al McPherson over here.
Well, that's because I don't react well to it.
No carbs.
No, it's not that I don't want any carbs. I don't react well to. My gut doesn't seem to cope that well, and it works
With gluten. It's gluten.
Well, does bread have gluten? No.
Yeah, of course it does.
Does
yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Oh, gluten-free bread. Of course it does.
So are you eating gluten-free bread, like rice bread
No,
or
I
something?
don't eat
or-
any bread.
No bread.
No bread. Oh, and I love bread,
Oh, bread's the best.
but I am finding that I'm feeling much better for not doing it.
Oh, bread. I love bread.
What's your favourite thing on bread?
Peanut butter.
With butter?
Nah, that's peanut butter.
So hang on, you go bit of bread, straight peanut butter.
Yeah.
Fold it in half.
Yes.
Which way? Triangle or square?
Square.
Square.
And I like.
One in each hand or just one?
I love a crusty baguette with peanut butter. Oh,
I just find anything roll related, it's too much bread.
come on.
I get down the back end and I go, I've really got to get through this.
Not enough bread.
No. Anyway, but yeah,
I am a bread snob though. I don't like your tip top and all that. I don't like that bread unless you're having a sausage. If I have a sandwich, I want like a crusty
I hear what you're
roll
saying.
or something.
But
I'm not a snob in any other area
when I
of
used
life.
to eat bread, I would go sourdough. But
Oh,
then I would
same
come
here.
back, but I come back to a bit of white bread.
Oh, you get a good white bread though. A good white bread.
So nice.
Yeah, chicken and that's what Kitty Flanagan said. The one she missed when she went vegan is white bread chicken sandwiches.
I had an idea for your show, by the way.
Yeah,
I think we may have talked because I was a guest on it, which I really enjoyed.
You did the last episodes. We haven't recorded for ages.
I reckon. Can I say what I reckon you should do?
Yeah.
I reckon you should do a cake version,
Oh yeah.
but supermarket cakes.
Oh yeah, like mud cake.
So you've got all those cereal. No, they don't make cereal
Oh,
anymore.
yes.
But all those you got
I
the
know.
Swiss roll and you got the
Yeah,
buns
it's a
and
good
the,
idea.
So everyone brings a
Yeah.
supermarket cake
Yes.
as opposed to a cake which you
make.
you make or you bloody or the highfalutin ones because they have a certain type of cake in the supermarket.
good idea.
And I look at them and I go, oh, gee, I wouldn't mind one.
wonder
You know
what
what I
they're
love?
like.
If I did the show, and I wouldn't because I've already done it. You know what punches well above its weight? A Lamington finger.
Oh yeah. Good.
How good is a Lamington finger
But
with a cup of tea?
You get a cupcake from some of those Coles and Woolies bakeries.
Oh, those little muffins.
Great.
You have on because
Biscuits are good too.
I've seen you with a biscuit.
I love those biscuits. I buy them near your house.
Yeah, when you come to my place, you go and get a biscuit
Yeah.
and you take some home for the kids.
We see Lavinia in the supermarket. It's a
We did see
highlight.
them, and then we got the weather early that day.
Yeah.
Hey, Lavinia, what's happening with it?
What's
She
happening?
I can't say too much, but I can say
Cold front.
Oh, really? That's the inside info. Great, Lavinia. That's great. Yeah, when she came on later that night, I know it. I know it. So then he goes, how did you know all that? I go, oh, I know people.
We know people. We should get our topics.
Sorry, I
So
did go on a bit. Okay.
Is our podcast somewhere related? It's racing up the charts. There could be people listening from Latvia or somewhere. and hello. We do have foreign countries. I sent you a screenshot of some of the foreign countries listening. Did you see that?
I also saw one that an American
Oh, that was
policeman.
great. A policeman in Texas.
Yeah.
He's an Australian who's a copper in Texas, listens when he's on patrol.
Because if you're a criminal in Texas and then you hear, put your hands in the air, but if you hear something, okay, mate, I can
Put your hands-
put your hands up. The American would go, what is that accent?
Oh, my
man?"
God, the crocodile hunter is here? Is that Paul Hogan?
Must be. So anyway, I don't know what his name was. If you're listening today,
Hello.
by all means, get in contact. How would it be good if we had a phone call with him?
We should talk.
Who
to him.
did you arrest today?
Yeah.
You know,
I'd love to talk to him about, have you watched Friday Night Lights? That's set
Yes.
I've been rewatching it.
Is it good?
Oh, it's fantastic. If you've got teenagers, it's a great show about American football team, but it's about much more than that. It's like a teenage drama kind of thing.
No, it's very good. They were the first to use the wobbly cam.
They did a wobbly.
Yeah, a lot of people copied Friday Night Lights in TV.
But that's set in Texas.
Yeah.
You know, Carl Chandler, who does a podcast called The Dum Dum Club, which we've been
very,
to.
very popular show.
Him and I think it might have even been Tommy from the Dum Dum Club. They were big Friday Night Live fans, and they went to where it's filmed.
And they sat on the bleachers?
Yeah, you can go to the school where it's filmed, and they went to the Ray's barbecue joint, which
wow.
which
What a good thing
features.
to do.
And the guy at the barbecue joint said, "Are you boys Friday Night Light fans?" And yeah. Do you want to go to the strip club? Because there's a famous strip club in it
Wow.
called the Landing Strip.
Yep.
The Landing Strip. And he said, "I'll draw you a map." And so this guy draws them a map, and so they take off, and it took them straight to a church.
Oh, that's good.
Bit of a joke.
Got him.
Got
Got your
him.
beauty.
Anyway, hello
You should
to
get God into your life.
everyone
Not
in
that there's
Texas.
anything wrong with that.
Anyone in Texas. We should get our topics. We get 2 topics. How are they related, Glenn? What are they, Sam?
Trees and fighting.
Trees. Those useless trees.
As we speak,
Gives us the air that we breathe.
how important are trees?
Love a tree.
Yeah, how important are they in the scheme of life?
Really important.
Really important.
Really important.
Why?
Well, they give us oxygen.
Yes, they take carbon dioxide out of the air. Do they breathe?
Yes.
What do they breathe in? Carbon dioxide. Breathe out oxygen.
I think so. And they provide us with, buildings, wooden houses,
Not to mention shade.
canoes.
Yeah,
And
and
floorboards.
forests and
I love going into the
things for
forest.
birds to land on.
Yeah. Habitat, Glenn, I think is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Habitat for possums,
Yeah.
koalas. I love going walking in the bush.
Well, there's no doubt if you are feeling a little bit wound up, a little bit over.
They've done studies, haven't they?
If you walk in trees, it must be because you feel the energy or you get the oxygen or something.
What's that thing they do in the Scandinavian countries called forest bathing or something like that? Or where you go and you lie in the forest and just take it all in.
Well, there used to be that thing of tree hugging.
Oh, yeah.
Which, have you ever done that?
I don't think so.
Sometimes I hug the ground sometimes.
Hug the ground. Yeah, get close to the earth.
Yeah. So how many? So look, there must be in the world. There must be hundreds of I don't know,
Different
tens of
types of
thousands
trees.
different types of trees.
Well,
You wonder what's the point of having different types of them because they would serve different things.
purposes.
Purposes.
Well, I mean, the native ones are best. So with us being Australians, gum trees, etc. What we should have in our gardens, because we had that big push with the English when they settled
I know.
here, that we got pine
I
trees
know.
and all that stuff, and you still see a lot of them
I
around.
know, and they're not great for the environment. They drop their little fingers and it kills all the environment around them.
Yeah, so we're going back to native trees, which is good. You'll see occasionally someone set up like a native garden in their front yard.
We've just had that done recently, and it's amazing how well the natives do. You don't have to do a lot; they take care of themselves.
They're pretty
whereas
sturdy.
You put an English garden in, you're forever bloody cutting that back or cleaning that up, or
love a bit of lawn.
I do like a bit of lawn, and that is lawn is English.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. But I do love a bit of lawn.
But I love a native garden. So when we moved into this house that we've been living for 15 something years, I did this gig for Hello Chris Amari's Wombat Plant Farm.
Yeah,
He wears a tutu.
Yeah.
It's a Victorian thing.
yeah.
And they were famous. They did these cheap ads. Hello, come down to
Hello, yeah.
Amari,
Yeah, we
come
talked
down
about 'em before,
to
yeah.
Wombat Gully.
Famous.
And I did this gig for him on a boat for their Christmas party, and I had to wear a tutu next to him. We both wore tutus.
Good gig.
And he goes, "I'll pay you in trees."
That's right.
So I got an established ficus, which he dropped
what?
off. Ficus yew. It's huge, but it's a beautiful native
Because the
Queensland.
trees that are delivered like that are worth a lot of money.
Oh, Yeah.
It's in your house now.
It's beautiful. It's huge.
How did you? What, did you leave it in a pot, or did
No,
you?
what happened? He came around on a truck and
In his tutu still?
in his tutu, and he was there. When I got home, he was standing in the front yard, and I said to one of the other.
Oh, look, it's Chris and it's Murray. We're here to deliver the tree,
I
Dave.
said to one of the mums at school, Norelle, who I remember, I said to her, "Don't get shocked by there's celebrities in my front yard."
Yeah.
And sure enough, there was Chris and Murray in my front yard, and so they came out the back alley with a truck, and then the guy that was doing the landscaping in the backyard had a bobcat, and he got it off the truck because it was so heavy,
Yeah.
and then put it into the hole that they dug.
And you have to do anything,
Oh, it's fan, and it's huge now.
back or front.
Backyard.
So that's a hard job.
Yeah.
So that would be thousands of dollars.
Would it?
I would think so.
Yeah.
If it's big.
He actually said, "I'll give you 2." I'm still waiting for that second one.
Yeah. You probably sold it that woman you were talking to across the road.
Because you've got like a jacaranda, haven't you?
Yeah, because we talked about it before. Yeah, in my area, every time a baby was born,
Plant a jacaranda.
plant a jacaranda, and we've got a beautiful jacaranda, except it drops those purple leaves which blow in the front door.
Yes.
So there's your deciduous, and there's your which means they drop their leaves.
Yeah.
Then there's the what are they? Non-deciduous.
Yeah.
But they hang on to their leaves.
Yeah.
Gum trees hang on to their leaves, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep. So what is?
I don't know much about trees.
What are some of your favourites?
Gum trees.
Go like a gum.
Ficus.
Of all the gums, I'd have to say ghost gum is really
Ghost
gum
gum.
really. And I with Russell Court, you go to beautiful parts of Australia. Your ghost gum really is your best looking tree.
What about plane trees, like in that Cold Chisel song? Aren't they bad for like allergies and stuff? Plane trees.
A lot of trees are, what is it? Allergy season.
Yeah.
I'm feeling funny in the nose. You
Well,
go,
the pollen.
the pollen, yeah. So, because they're spreading their good work.
Yeah.
There's so many trees, isn't there? My favourite would be probably a frangipani.
Yeah.
But they don't grow so well in the south. You have to,
in the
I
north.
love the smell of a frangipani in the morning.
Mm.
Oh, what is there? I don't know. Oak's good. Morton Bay.
Ah,
fig.
the big fig. Yeah,
the
a fig. A native fig tree is great. Fig trees are great.
I love the exposed roots of the figs.
Yeah, those really big trees. Have you been to those redwood trees in America? I haven't been.
I
to
have
them.
been to, what is the one outside of San Francisco? What's
Yeah,
that
that's
called?
redwood. That's the redwood.
Amazing.
Isn't it?
Ridiculously amazing.
Really
I mean,
crazy.
they're thousands of years old.
Wow.
And I scratched my name. No, I didn't scratch my name into it. But just trees.
Did you like climbing trees as a kid?
Oh, that's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Did you have a tree? Number one,
Yeah.
did you climb a tree?
Yeah.
I remember driving down the street one day, and there was a kid. I'm not fat shaming him, but he was overweight,
Big boy.
and he was climbing a very small tree. And I felt like stopping and saying, "Mate,
Yeah.
you're too big for that tree."
It's going to start to bend.
The tree, you can see the tree was really suffering.
Well, we didn't have trees that you could really climb in our house.
We did.
Oh, did you?
We had a willow tree.
But across the road, the Englishes, Nicholas English, Jeremy English, Alexander, who used to call Bub, because he wore a nappy a lot. Anyway, whatever. And Bub, used to hang around a lot. Anyway, so they had a great tree house. We built a tree house in their backyard. And I still remember I was up the tree house, and my brother came running over holding ABBA's Arrival, because we had the record, we had it posted out to us. He goes, "David, ABBA Arrival has arrived." And I fell out of the tree. And
You
hit my
fell
head.
in with excitement or trying to get down too quickly?
I think so, a bit of both. Oh my
Yeah.
God, ABBA, oh my God.
Had to get down the street. And did you hurt yourself?
Yeah, I hit my head. I got a bit. I didn't knock myself out, but I got a bit of that.
You got dazed.
Yeah,
You
dazed.
probably got winded. Yeah, because when you have a kid, you got winded. It was terrible.
It's trauma for me. So every time I hear ABBA, I feel
it's triggering.
I feel like I'm falling from that tree, Glenn. I feel
Yeah,
like
well,
I'm-
see, I had two older brothers, so they were my brother Phil. He was very good at building tree houses, and then Neil was very good, and I was like 7 years older than younger than Phil. So therefore, I was always a little kid getting, you get halfway up, and then they'd reach down,
pull you up?
and pull you up by your pants, and you get there and you go because with a tree house, and you don't see them in it. I mean, the tree houses you see in the movies, they've got a front door and
amazing.
side. Our tree house was just a platform,
A plank.
and you were 6 inches from death because
absolutely.
I remember one time my brother had done something to me. I went inside to whinge to Mum saying, this is what they'd done to me, and I feel really upset about it. And then my brother walks in, runs. He'd fallen out of the tree, and he'd landed on the concrete path.
Oh.
And you know how the concrete path, where they don't quite match up, his
Yeah.
arm's fallen across the concrete path. and then it's broken through here.
Oh.
And so I'm halfway through that woe is me story, and he comes in and goes, Mum, look what I've done to my arm. And I looked and it was broken. I went, ooh.
He trumped you.
He trumped me.
You had 2 twos. He had a royal flush. Yeah.
But years later, I fell off my bike and
yeah.
lost my tooth on the front road.
You found your tooth?
And we were at the doctor's surgery, and they said, where's the tooth? And it was raining, and he went back, I think on his bike, found the tooth, put it in a hanky, and put it back in my head.
Whoa.
And it worked for a number of years. Anyway, so
Trees.
But tree houses, and then we would have a swing rope as well.
Oh, yeah, you're like Huckleberry Finn.
Absolutely. And the swing rope, that was a lot of fun. If you still like sit on the edge of the cubby, the tree house, let go, whoosh, and it felt like you were just going incredibly high. So much fun.
Trees.
But and then climbing trees, like you'd look at a tree and you go, "Yep, I reckon I could climb that."
Could do that.
And then you get up there, because I told you about the time that Romy came into the room and said, "I think something's happening outside," and then we looked out the front. The police were out the front. Of course, being the community-minded person I am, I go and chat to the police. I go, "What are you doing, mate?" He goes, "We've tracked a couple of kids. They're around here somewhere. They've been vandalising phone boxes in the area." And they come in. I go, "Do you want to come into my backyard?" He goes, "Yeah, I do." Comes into the backyard, and I'm there in pajamas.
Yeah.
And they find him up our tree.
Up a tree.
Up a tree.
He's up that bloody tree.
And so the policeman goes, "Okay, come on down. We've got you." And the kid goes, "It wasn't me."
Then why are you up the tree,
Why
mate?
at 3 o'clock in the morning you're up the tree? I'm looking for my footy.
Oh, yeah, bullshit.
Anyway.
I think we've done trees.
Okay, but in short,
Yeah.
we love trees.
We do.
Don't chop them down. Don't turn them into cheap IKEA furniture. Plant a tree instead of cutting it. You know what? Just one more thing.
Yeah.
I don't like Christmas trees.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do block up your nose too. We get one every year.
I see Christmas as a killer tree time.
Yeah, it is killer tree time.
And then a few weeks later, there it is out in the front.
Yes.
You're going, what's the point of that?
Or dumped down the alley or somewhere
Yeah,
near the
and
park.
then you just go, the trees are dying in the name of some
bizarre tradition.
bizarre tradition, yeah.
Fighting. You're not a fighter. You're like me. You're not a fighter.
Okay.
I couldn't imagine you in fights.
Have you ever had a fight?
Yeah, only with my brothers.
Physical?
Yeah. So,
What was the worst thing that they would do to you?
you see a bump on my nose? My twin brother punched me.
There you go. That's a real deal. My brothers and
I
we didn't.
picked on him about a girl, Andrea.
How old was he?
We were about 14.
And he punched you in the nose?
Yeah, he punched me in the nose.
You picked on him. You would have been pretty harsh with your comebacks, I reckon.
Oh, we were all harsh.
And you went, no, you haven't got a girlfriend. Whack. And then did you cry?
Thing was, he did have a girlfriend and I didn't have one.
And did it break your nose?
Oh, I think it did something because I got a blood nose and there's still a bump there.
Because with my brothers, we didn't fight that much. I know my brothers' kids, they just wrestle and fight, play fight all the time. Still do. But I remember fighting at school was always you'd punch someone just
in the arm.
In the arm, get dead arm.
But what about fights after school? Remember that? There was a fight in the
Oh,
park.
that was really scary.
Fight.
There'd be a fight. Or those two guys are going to fight up the oval.
Yeah.
It's too scary.
Oh, Halliday Park was near Mitcham High, and the rumour would go around there's going to be a fight in the park after school.
Yeah.
And you'd all go around there, and often it was a high school guy versus a tech guy at Ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the tech guys are pretty tough.
No, I know.
We also had what we would call scrag fights, which was women versus women. And I remember there was a tech girl and a Mitcham High girl, and they were fighting over this guy. And so,
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was quite...
And the guy's standing there going, whoa.
the guy was there, the two girls were there
Get
in
it
the
on,
middle,
girls.
and the guy's like, girls, you don't have to fight over me. Come on, I like yous both. Come on. And then,
We can work this out.
Cheryl, nah!
What about a threesome? Would that be out of the question?
They just went at it. It was like...
And
awful.
I never witnessed one.
And then a teacher would turn up, he'd jump the fence.
But
Get away, Robert!
how do those fights end?
Then they often fizzle out. So Noddy, if I mentioned
Yeah.
on this podcast, he got into a fight once, and I used to walk home with him. We'd all walk. He lived in the same sort of street, and we'd all walk home. So he got in a fight with a guy, and it was so shit house that everyone just walked away.
Yeah.
And there's just like pushing and shoving, literally. And then it was just me and my brother, maybe one other kid going, "Come on!" And Noddy's pushing this guy, "Mate, let's just go home.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing."
I was on the school
Often would break up because a teacher would jump the fence and come running towards it.
because you would hate to think that someone would have hit someone and then someone would go, stop, okay, I give in. Would they?
Yes.
Or someone would go, that's
They
enough.
lie on the ground. They
That's
lie on the
enough.
ground.
And cover their head.
Yeah, or someone, the girlfriend or a friend would intervene and say, look, he's had enough.
Nowadays,
But they were never that. There were no knives. There were no bits
no
of wood.
machetes.
No, none of that. None
that
of
was
that.
it was all just bare
there was
fists.
there was a bit of, there was that incident at Mitcham High where we had a lot of Vietnamese students come straight from the war zone.
Yep.
And they were in a separate area because they couldn't speak English,
Yep.
right? One of the Aussie kids picked on one of them and he pulled out a machete.
Wow.
And chased him around.
Whoa.
Right, and then the next day the principal got up and he said, "Oh, there's been a rumor that one of our Vietnamese students had a machete. It wasn't a machete. It was a." And he paused. He goes, "And a stick covered in alfoil." Everyone started laughing. A stick covered in alfoil.
The last fight I got into was I reckon in grade 6
Yeah.
up the Oval, and for some reason this thing everyone's just started fighting. So how old am I? 10, 11,
That's awful.
something like that. And I'm getting into a fight with Ross Cope. I quite like Ross Cope. I didn't have nothing against him.
Why are you fighting with
Why
Ross?
why I'm fighting with Ross? And back in the day, then what you did was you wrestled round, and then what your brothers would do to you is they get on top of you, pin your shoulders back with the knees. Then they would
Oh, they
do a
spit.
spit and
Oh,
suck it
it's
back.
awful. And the typewriter. Remember the typewriter? They type on your chest.
Anyway, so I'm wrestling with Ross Cope, who went on to become a chemist, quite a successful one. Because I remember driving past it, his chemist going, "Oh, we had a fight one day. I might go and remind him of that." Anyway, so I get on top of him, and this is true. I had him pinned down, and at that point, you meant to punch him, and
Yeah.
I actually went, "I don't want to punch you."
Yeah.
And I go, I don't want to. I've gone on to since then do some boxing and some martial arts stuff.
Yeah.
I've told you about this. When this guy turns up, he hasn't boxed very much, and they put him in the ring, and he comes in with me because I'm pretty easy. And then his son's there, right? And they're watching us do a couple of rounds. And the son goes, "Get him, Dad." And I go, "Whoa, hang on a second.
Take out Uncle Arthur, Dad.
Get him, Dad." I'm going, "Hey, no, get him, Dad." So the guy ups it a bit. And I go, "You want to up it a bit? Okay, pop, pop, pop."
I didn't know you were a boxer.
Mate, no sudden moves. I can take you out, okay?
Oof.
No, I just did it because I thought I was a bit wussy and I needed to sort of toughen up a
Yeah,
bit.
right.
I got a very good left hand. See that?
Pang does boxing with Dino and from Nova.
Anyway, I bloodied his nose and I got a bit of blood.
Ooh.
So when I saw the blood, it made me go harder because I thought,
Oh,
he's not
you
gonna
got
get me.
bloodlust.
Yeah.
The
And
red
then
mist came
and then there
down.
was the other time I got in the ring with a guy. I mean, I'm in my 60s, but he was really old. I don't know how old he was, but he had done boxing before. So we get in the ring, we're just having a bit of a thing, and then I go, pop. I go, "Oh God, he's not very good."
Killed him.
I popped him in the face. I popped him in the nose. He goes, "It's okay, keep going." And I go, "Pop." I do it again. I go, "I can't. I don't want to hit you. I don't want to hurt you." And I go, "Pop." He finally gets me around into the corner. And then he beats the crap out of me. He was just setting me up. He went bang, bang, bang. I go, "No, stop. Ow. So, so I have had fights, but I didn't derive a lot of pleasure from hurting people.
No. You're like
Pang, you were saying.
He does boxing, yeah. With
Just
Dino.
still does it?
Yeah, Dino.
They do it with each other because you can
They
do
go-
sparring, you can do just glove work.
There's boxing gyms where you can go to. It's often run by a guy called Les or Stan.
Oh, yeah.
Stan Ridge's boxing gym.
Yep.
Some old
He's
guy.
got a bent nose.
My granddad was a boxer.
Really?
You never know with Herbert, but he had the boxing bag in the shed,
Oh, yeah.
and he would get out there and come on, boys, hit the. I don't think he ever fought professionally.
Yeah, I remember our mate Shane Jacobson. He did a TV show about his life, and then he had a boxing bag in his, and then they said, "Can you do anything on the bag?" And he just went nuts.
A lot of pent up anger there.
Yeah, well, he comes from probably maybe his upbringing was a bit, but he went crazy on the bag.
On the bag.
Whack, 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 whack. I thought, geez, don't mess with Shane Jacobson.
Kenny cuts loose.
Kenny, he's got to, So,
Fighting.
what are the move? Well, just say, I reckon, at any point in history, fighting has been a natural form of evolution.
Yeah. Well,
Animals
yeah.
fight, people
Yeah,
fight.
the Neanderthals and the Homo sapiens fought, apparently.
So, I mean, even fighting will always come out somewhere. Every relationship, there's fighting. I mean, you fight with your neighbours, you fight with, your
Siblings.
siblings. I mean, fighting is a
Parents.
given, whereas, you know,
What are the great fighting movies? Rocky. Great movie.
I remember seeing Rocky, and I literally walked out of there, and I remember running down the street thinking,
Da, 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 da.
Go
Great music.
That was a great film. That was a great film.
Well, that was Sylvester Stallone. He wrote it.
Yeah, he did the whole
He
thing.
did a lot of it in it. We saw that at a bus at the drive-in. We won a competition in Form 1 to all go, our class to go.
Yeah.
And but you think seeing a movie at the drive-in in a bus is fun, but it's not because
Oh, hang on.
the bus had to park. The bus had to park sideways.
Painting a picture now.
Yeah.
How did it, so, I didn't hear you properly. You went in a bus.
Yeah, to the drive-in to see Rocky. We won a competition at school, our form. So, but we had.
So how did you have to hang out the windows?
Yeah, we had the bus driver rocks up and just parks normally. Then he realised, hang on, I'm the only one who can see the movie. I've got to turn around and park the bus sideways to take up about 8 spots.
And then was it back in the day when you had to put the speaker in the
and
window?
Everyone had to crowd into the seats
That's fantastic.
nearest to the windows.
That's in your movie.
That's in the movie.
Yeah, The Life of David Neal.
I can't remember if there was any canoodling or heavy petting going on.
I got
certainly.
beaten up at a drive-in.
Oh, that's right.
I nearly backed over someone. Then I stepped out, and then I ran away, and they came back, and he goes whack, and then I ran off with crossed eyes because I couldn't see properly, and every 20 metres I was running up a little ramp because that's what the cars would go up on
Tripping over the speaker cord.
Yeah, God, it was terrible. I'm traumatised by it.
Karate
Raging
Kid.
Bull,
Oh, Raging Bull. Great movie.
great movie,
Karate Kid. It's a kids
great
movie.
film.
Kids movie.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Yeah. End of the Dragon, one of those karate movies. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What else is there? Jeez, fighting the Fight Club.
Oh, yeah.
Kung Fu.
First rule, the Fight Club. We're going to talk about the Fight
Crouching
Club.
Tiger, Hidden
Oh,
Dragon.
Hidden
Is that-
Dragon.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So all those. Oh, there was what was that one movie where the guy was all
The
one
Wrestler.
coat?
What about The Wrestler? We've talked about The Wrestler before.
Oh, the
With-
wrestler. There's the other one.
With
Oh,
Mickey Rourke. So good.
I'm thinking of one that was really big back in the 70s.
All I can think of was Rocky, Raging Bull. Well, ask Sam, but you got to give us some clues. What it's about?
I reckon I saw it at high school, so probably early 70s. It was a guy who was a karate champion, a Vietnam vet. He was a good guy, and there was a scene in a park where he took on all the guys who turned up.
Oh,
There was a scene where he did roundhouse
remember
kick.
that.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it, Sam?
You're thinking of the film Billy Jack.
Billy Jack. That's it. Now, our younger listeners will not remember that, but our older listeners will remember Billy Jack. It was huge back in the day, and it was a bit like Rocky, where the good guy, it was Indian or something, part Indian. He basically, I can't remember, he took on the bad guys.
Well, remember The Wanderers and The Warriors? Those movies? They were gang movies in the 80s, maybe late 70s, early 80s. Remember The Wanderers?
No.
Oh, they're great movies.
I thought,
Ducky.
what about that New Zealand one?
Oh, Once Were Warriors.
Oh,
and
that-
Romper Stomper.
I'd never seen Romper Stomper because
Oh, it's
yeah,
great.
Once for Warriors really upset my day. It was
Yeah.
so violent.
It was.
And
Well,
like,
don't see Romper Stomper then. That's violent.
I don't want to see people getting punched.
Russell Crowe as a skinhead.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sure it's very good because I went to the school who made that film.
Oh, really? Okay. He also made Metal Skin, which was
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What else can we say about fighting? Is there a place for fighting?
Oh, they still have boxing, and UFC's huge now.
Oh, UFC.
it's so violent.
I can't stand it.
I just think of all the injuries. I just go, that's a lot of
But
physio.
how are the crowds that turn up? This
People
goes
love
to
it.
show bloodlust is huge.
People love it.
But I must admit, I am a boxing fan because I find it more of an art form than trying to just beat.
Well, you're a former boxer.
Yeah, well, I know what I'm talking
former
about.
boxer.
Two men walk in, one man walks out.
Yeah.
It's a bit like this podcast. But when I see someone, it comes barbaric, and it goes beyond the point of being
Yeah.
sport. And really, is it a sport?
Oh, boxing's a sport. They're all sports.
But if boxing never existed, and I said, "Oh, here's an idea for a thing," two blokes put some bit soft stuff on their hands, and then you try to knock each other out. You go,
Yeah,
that's not a sport.
Weird.
That's not a sport.
Well, let's have some thinking music. Fighting in trees. What about like the Karate Kid trailer?
You couldn't go past the
Rocky. What about Rocky?
the very first one.
Andrea!
Is that when he's been knocked out? He's lost the fight.
I think so. I can't remember.
This fly keeps on hanging.
I was in a bus.
Oh, you're in a bus. You couldn't watch
Such a bus. I think I've seen it since, but
Do you reckon seeing a movie at the drive-in counts for actually seeing a movie?
yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because it really is one. There's a lot. It's a bit
lot
removed.
going
Drive-in
on.
still exists.
Yeah, there's about one or two in Melbourne. Dramana.
Would that be a fun thing to do with your kids? Probably not.
Yeah, we went once or twice.
You
yeah.
get cold, surely, in winter. You have to turn the
yeah.
heater on. And you know,
Yeah.
in summer, it would be all right.
There's no speakers. There's just you go through your stereo in the car.
That's all right, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, but what the problem is with three? Someone can't. One person can never see. I can't see.
Yeah. I remember when they
Can't
put the
see.
R-rated ones on, and then you
Yeah.
go up and you couldn't get in, but you'd go and hide outside the fence and see the rude bits.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was
Absolutely.
up on the big screen. You go, we can see that from here.
Let's have the Rocky trailer.
Oh, okay, the Rocky Trail.
Let's have a listen.
Yeah.
Rocky, do you believe that America is the land of opportunity?
Yeah.
I'll break both your arms so they don't work for you.
He's every man who ever settled for something less.
What about my pride, Nick? At least you have pride. I ain't had no pride. I ain't had enough. I want to get that. I want to get that.
Terrific. I mean, you could be a heartbreak. You walk down the street breaking hearts the way you're looking. Very sharp.
He's the man who never had a chance until now. Rocky. His whole life was 1,000,000 to 1 shot. His name is Sylvester Stallone, but you will always remember him as Rocky.
Oh wow.
That makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Rocky. Well, what is your answer? It's a hard one.
Yeah, I think that wood has always been a part of war.
So trees are intricately involved with fighting.
How? Are the trees? Because you know trees can talk to each other, don't you?
Really?
Yeah. But you're saying that trees fight over ground or something?
No, I don't know. Do trees fight? Can trees fight?
Could they? Cause if you put two trees together, do they fight for the light?
Oh, that's true. They do fight for the light. I'm going to say trees can fight. They punch on somehow, but it must be a very slow fight. Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what is the answer, Sam?
Trees can fight back against things that are trying to do them harm. Trees are able to defend themselves against pests and diseases. They have both protective structures and protective processes, comparable in some ways to our immune systems. Chemical signals warn neighboring trees. Surrounding trees pick up these cues and respond by releasing hormones or chemicals to deter threats. For example, when a giraffe begins munching on acacia leaves, the tree detects the injury and emits a distress signal in the form of ethylene gas.
Wow.
So that's
do
interesting.
fight.
So therefore, if I go up to a tree with a saw and I saw its thing off, it's not going, no worries, cut my branch off. It's
Yeah.
going, ouch.
Yeah.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
That's the director of Romper Stomper.
And I went to school with him. I should remember his name. Hello, Jeffrey. If you're listening, probably not.
He did a great job on that movie.
Yeah, a great job on that movie. So, just getting back to that. So, trees, next time you do a bit of pruning,
Yeah.
I mean, some trees like to be pruned. Makes them go again. But next time you do a bit of pruning, remember the tree does feel that.
Yeah, it feels it.
Yeah.
I've got feelings. Maybe we should talk to the plant. Remember Prince Charles used to play music to the trees or the plants?
What's wrong with that? I talk to the trees, but they don't listen to me.
The lemon tree saying, "Stop weighing on me."